Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, TGIF. You know what kind of gold digger I am? I'm a gold digger when it comes to real estate. So, I'm going to talk to you about a conversation that I just had with a borrower. We're going to call this borrower Jamal, and why you need to be a gold digger when it comes to real estate investing when you're buying a house, commercial property, commercial building, whatever. So let's listen. I'm going to pause, give my points after you listen to this. All right, let's go.
This is a fantastic topic for a YouTube video. It's counterintuitive and highly valuable for aspiring investors. The gold digger title is catchy and directly relates to leveraging other people's money, OPM. Here are 9 strong speaking points you can elaborate on to talk your hypothetical client, Jamal, out of paying $1.5 million cash for a single property and into leveraging that capital. I'll frame the points as advice you would give him. 9 speaking points. The gold digger investment strategy. 1. The catastrophic opportunity cost. Point. Jamal, when you pay $1.5 million cash for one home, your return on investment ROI ceiling is capped by the performance of a single asset. You are trading 100% principal safety for zero leverage. Your money is locked and slow. Elaboration. Contrast to 6% appreciation on $1.5 million, the asset value, with the potential for that same 6% appreciation being multiplied across $6 million worth of assets by only putting 25% down on each.
Okay, so this point is very, very, very important. So you having an asset of 1.5 million in your bank account is a lot more leverage as far as credit worthiness, as far as your portfolio with real estate, your portfolio period as a person. You having that liquid cash is a lot more powerful than having a house that's worth 1.5 million. So, like they said, not OPP in the song, OPM, other people's money. I've never done an investment property where I use my own money. I always found ways to get investors to invest money and then put into the property. So, like they said, it was self-explanatory. That 6% appreciation on the 1.5 million asset value versus the potential 6% appreciation on a property is not the same. All right, let's listen to the next one.
You get the same $90,000 growth, but you only put up $375,000 of your own money. 2. The power of OPM, other people's money. Point. The bank's money is the cheapest, easiest money you will ever borrow. Your goal as a real estate gold digger is to make the bank's money work harder than your money. Why use your own capital when you can use the banks to acquire a cash-flowing asset? Elaboration. Discuss the fundamental concept of leverage, using a small amount of your own capital, a down payment, to control a large appreciating asset. This is the fastest way to accelerate wealth.
Okay, so yes, OPM. Let's do an example. You're buying a property for, let's say, 1 million, and instead of you paying $500,000 for the property, you're only going to pay, let's say, 80% of that 800,000. That 800,000, and if you do any type of loan, whether you're doing a DSCR loan where you don't have to show your income and you just have to show your asset, whether you're doing an FHA loan, which I don't recommend for something this big, because FHA, no matter how much you put down, you're still going to have that 0.85% mortgage insurance monthly payment that doesn't go away even when you have 20% worth of equity in the property. Maybe conventional, non-conforming, something like that. So you'll come to me, the money lady, and I'll explain to you which particular product is best suited for you. But use the bank's money to work harder than you. So you're paying me, let's say the rate is 6.5. Let's say the rate is 7%. Whatever the rate is, it's better to pay me the interest rate and pay me on interest and to get your principal. Your property is going to gain value consistently. Property is not like a car. When you drive it off the lot, it's not worth anything. When you get property right now, it's going into a buyer's market. It was a seller's market before. That means the inventory is low. Now it's a buyer's market. So you're going to be buying a house with equity. Let's go on to the third point.
3. Turbocharge your cash-on-cash return. Point. When you pay cash or cash-on-cash returns, COC is terrible. If that $1.5 million house rents for $7,500 per month, your COC might be 6%. If you instead buy 4 1.5M properties using asterisk 375,000 down payments, 25%, your rental income is 4 times higher, but your invested capital is the same. That dramatically increases your COC return. Elaboration. This is the math point. Focus the viewer on the percentage return on the invested capital, not the total dollars. Using leverage makes the percentage explode upward. 4.
Absolutely, absolutely. Huge point. So instead of buying that one house at 1.5, he's saying buy several houses. Buy several houses that you can actually rent. So the rent that you're going to be using on that house is you're going to get more money for that rent with the smaller houses at the 375,000 versus you buying one house that you're going to live in for 1.5. I'm not saying don't buy that house. I'm still going to give my client the money to buy that house, but I'm also showing them that the fact that you're not paying 1.5 for one house and you're only going to be putting down 20%, that rest of the money, the 80%, will go towards investments. So that is what we are talking about when we say use other people's money. Okay, let's go to the fourth point.
The inflation proofing effect. Point. Inflation is your best friend when you have leverage. You sign a 30-year loan agreement today, but you pay back that debt in 5, 10, or 20 years with significantly cheaper dollars. Your rent and property value keep pace with inflation, but your fixed debt payment shrinks in real terms.
Right.
Elaboration. The bank takes the risk of future cheap money, and you benefit by having a fixed liability while your income, rent, and assets grow. This is the ultimate hedge against inflation.
100%. Gemini, you said it better than anybody. I gave you the words, but you got it. So, once again, using the bank's money. If I say I'm going to give you $10,000 today, and I say that you can pay me 10%, and that amortization is going to be over 10 years, that small payment is a small payment out of your money. You could be making money off of that $10,000 to pay me back the money, right? So the same way with the house, you're getting a 30-year loan, you're taking 30 years to pay it off. I never would recommend you to pay a house off early. This particular borrower, Jamal, wanted to buy the house for 1.5 and then get a loan for 800 and within a year pay off the 800,000. Absolutely not. Why? I didn't ask you for my money back. I want to gain the interest so I can go to the stock market, trade it, whatever the situation may be. That's not your business. But you have more of a payment plan and you can use your money. Your money will be used elsewhere better. Okay, let's go to 5.
5. Immediate portfolio diversification. Point. By paying cash, you are putting all $1.5 million worth of risk into one address,
Huge
one
risk.
neighborhood, and one local economy. By leveraging, we can deploy that $1.5 million into 4 different properties across 3 different markets, drastically reducing your risk profile and vacancy exposure. Elaboration. Discuss the eggs in one basket metaphor. Diversification is key to stable, generational wealth. It requires scale, and scale requires leverage.
Did you hear that? All your eggs in one basket. Somebody comes and break that basket. All your eggs are gone. That doesn't even make sense. You can tell that to a kindergartner and they understand. Okay, listen, the melanated way that we were raised, pay everything cash. If you don't have it in your account, don't spend it. That's the wrong way. You need to build credit to prove to the world that I am a responsible person. If you give me 10 grand and you tell me to pay it back $100 a month, I'm demonstrating that I'm credit worthy because I pay it back. If I give you 10 grand and you pay it back next month, you're showing me that you're desperate. You don't know how to manage money, so you want to pay me back immediately just in case. That's not a good thing. So when they are saying that you should spread your portfolio, that's huge. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, especially a basket that you are living in. You know the expression, don't shit where you sleep? The same thing. Don't put all your money in one place. All right, let's go to number 6. My favorite, number 6.
6. Liquidity and the emergency fund. Point. Imagine the $1.5 million house needs a new roof and has a 3-month vacancy. If you paid cash, you have zero liquid capital to handle the emergency or seize the next great deal. Your cash reserves need to be protected. Elaboration. Advise Jamal to keep a significant portion of the $1.5 million liquid as a reserve fund for immediate repairs, seizing short notice deals, or managing portfolio risk. 7.
Okay, so liquidity, emergency fund. Somebody passes away, there's a funeral. You need to go somewhere out of town. Your child is going to college. Now your child is in college. They need a car. You don't want to have to pull that money out of your account. So you want to have the liquid capital for emergencies 100%. Let's go to 7.
Maximizing tax benefits, the hidden subsidy. Point. When you pay cash, you sacrifice one of the biggest tax subsidies available to real estate investors, the ability to deduct mortgage interest. We also need to factor in accelerated depreciation, which can be used to shield your rental income from taxes. Elaboration. Explain that the government incentivizes using debt and owning rental property. Paying cash means voluntarily giving up legal tax deductions, which is essentially throwing away money. 8.
Absolutely. Every year, if you're a homeowner, I've been a homeowner since I was 18. Every year, if you're a homeowner, you can write off your taxes. You work from home, you can write off a certain area in your house as working from home. You can write off a lot of things when it comes to your mortgages. You can write off your debt. Okay? You're giving away the money if you pay cash. Use other people's money. Learn to be a gold digger in the right way. Now we're going to go to 8.
Speed and ease of DSCR loans. Point. This is where we use my lenders and services. With a down payment service coverage ratio, DSCR loan, we don't even look at your personal income or tax returns. The property's cash flow qualifies the loan. This means we can close deals faster and acquire properties more aggressively to scale your portfolio. Elaboration. Highlight the features of investor loans, like DSCR, that bypass the slow, complex bureaucracy of conventional financing, making leverage easy and fast to execute. 9.
I love DSCR loans. They didn't have DSCR loans when I was 18 years old at Florida State University, walking around looking to buy properties. When I bought my first 4 properties, I had to show. I wasn't working at the time, so I didn't even have to show anything. I just got a 12%. That's what they showed me. So the DSCR loan is great for investors. The DSCR loan is great for self-employed borrowers. I have a lot of doctors that are my clients that make $60,000 to $70,000 a month with Medicaid. I have some plastic surgeons that make money. I have people that I pull money out of their properties to make money. So they don't necessarily show all of their income when you file your taxes because you have a lot of expenses and taxes, profit, and you have the debt. So the DSCR loan will allow you, with a certain credit score, you have to call the money lady to get that information, a certain credit score to get a certain loan to value to buy a property. And you don't have to show me your income. You just have to show me your asset. So my client Jamal is going to show me the 1.5 in his account, and I'm going to give him a loan for 80% of the 1.5 house, and then I'm going to give him that loan, and he's going to get a 30-year fixed. 30-year fixed. It's not a hard money loan. These loans are great for investors that do hard money loans with renovations. They come to me and I'll refinance them out of the hard money loan because they have equity. Their ARV is good. That's another thing, price point that you should talk to me about when you call me. Once again, this is a fee of the money lady. I will give you my information at the end, but 443-226-3610 is my number. Watch to the end. We got one more point. Number 9, lucky 9.
Building generational wealth on scale. Point. Generational wealth isn't built by owning one debt-free house. It's built by owning a portfolio of leveraged, cash-flowing assets that appreciate over decades. Our strategy is to use the bank's money to build a legacy that will pay dividends long after you're gone. Elaboration. Summarize the whole strategy. Use the $1.5 million cash for 25% down payments, acquire 4 or 5 properties immediately, and have that portfolio's debt paid down by tenants over the next 30 years. That's how you turn $1.5 million into a multi-million-dollar legacy.
100%. So this is the conclusion. You can contact me at _money lady on Instagram. I'm the money lady on YouTube. I'll put my information, my digital business card in the description. Most importantly, I would love for you to call me at 443 443-226-3610, 443-226-3610. You can also go to my website, which is www.stoprenting.biz. I will send you my calendar. You can get on my calendar for a consult. I also help people get their credit where they need to be. They do not do credit repair. Credit repair is a scam. You do credit awakeness is what I call it. Awaken up your credit, get an actual concierge service as to what to do to get your score where it needs to be. Jamal started off at a 608 credit score. I told him one thing to do. One thing. I can't tell you that because it's a secret. You got to hire me for that. And his score is now 730 in less than a week. Less than a week, people. So it's time for us to be a gold digger. If you want to be a gold digger like me when it comes to real estate, contact the Money Lady today, 443-226-3610. Remember, if it doesn't make money, it does not make sense.